Who's ready for an adventure? Well, good morning. They're still at it. I donated heavily to the blood drive last night and got a few hours of sleep, not a whole lot. I seem to have found a bit of a rhythm or a pattern now though. I'll sleep for a few hours, somewhere between 12 and 4:30. Last night was about 2 to 4 or so. And then I'll sleep for a few hours in the afternoon, and that seems to be doing the trick for me. Definitely safe to say that I'm in the right mentality now. I had a dream last night that I came across a vast field full of clover. I was snatching it up with both hands. Roy, come quick, there's even more over here. We're gonna have tea for weeks, months even. This is quickly turning from a dream to a fantasy. It was tough waking up after that. But back to reality, my clover supply is limited, so I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled as ever. And I'm also going to be getting out fishing, because I like fishing, and it keeps me fed. So without further ado, let's begin the day. Hop in. Start the day. Should have brought gloves. Another cold one. Something with some size. I'm gonna guess a walleye based on the way it's fighting. Yeah. Actually, maybe not. Might be a pike. It's not fighting like one. It's a pike. Just not a very spirited one so far. It's gonna prove me wrong right here. Alright. Yeah, really not much fight in that one. Whoa! There you go, trying to prove me wrong. Make me look like a liar. There you go. Not a huge one, but that's food. I'll take it. perch just a little while ago. So my tally for the day is now 1 small perch, 1 pike. Bass I've caught so far, but a bass is food, even the little guys. Got a decent smallmouth and a fighter going here. I love these fish, they're just so spirited. Problem is, without a net, they're hard to land. I've lost many boat sides so far. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. That is not a bad fish at all. Alright, let's get that hook away from Roy. I will take it. Looks like it's spit up a minnow in the fight. Good stuff. Turning out to be a successful morning. Hey, you stay with me. Roy has seen something. Not sure what. Grouse, perhaps? Squirrel? Rabbit? It's a good boy. About squirrels, Roy. It's grouse and snowshoe hares that we're big on. Good boy. Come on, Roy. Come on, let's go. Come on, Roy. Good boy. Just gathered some clover flowers for myself to dry for tea. A far cry from this morning's dream, but better than a kick in the teeth, I suppose. I'm feeling pretty tired from last night's lack of sleep, but I figure it's about time I get some work done on this food storage container. I started on it weeks ago and I haven't made it a priority since then. My food is taken care of for now, though. I don't have to worry about bringing anything else in today. It'll also be nice to have before I do my next rhizome harvest, so I can store the rhizomes in there. So I'm going to take some time before I nap this afternoon and put some work in on it. Here's the container. I'm going to start by making a rough square around the bottom of it by lashing 4 sticks together. So I now have a basic base established. The next step for me is going to be to add 2 cross supports, and I will lash it on with a square lash as per usual. I've now completed my storage container at last. So here it is. It's mounted on the tripod to keep it up off the ground. You could mount that between some trees, but this just saves me time, energy, and resources. It takes a decent amount of rope to do all the square lashing, so might as well save what I've got. And let's see what's inside here. Just a couple of rocks on top to keep the lid down. Lid comes off. So I've got my birch bark, my rhizomes, and my cattail shoots. Now this would not be useful for all purposes, obviously, but for what I'm looking for, this should work just fine. I'll move the tripod from where it is right now to somewhere that's out of the sun, sheltered from the rain, and it'll just keep my things collected off to the side and fairly accessible when I need them. We'll see how functional it is, but this was a rather drawn-out process, and finally it's concluded, and I can check that one off the list. While I'm in a crafty mood, I have one last project that I want to work on before I have a nap for the afternoon. Some benevolent soul has left their plastic water bottle behind at the site, undoubtedly anticipating that I will need a container to hold my minnows in. I have the Minnow Trap made of the 2-liter Coke bottle, so once I catch minnows in there, I'm going to put them in here so that I can bring them out in the boat with me when I go fishing. Basically, to do that, I'll do more or less the same thing I did with the 2-liter bottle, except I won't cut off the top and invert it. I'm just going to poke it full of holes and put some rocks in there to make it sink, put the minnows in, cut a little hole in the top, put the rope through, tie a knot in there, and that'll allow me to hang on to it. I'm thinking as well that I will leave the bottom section without any holes in it so that I can pick it up without having it leak all over me, and basically control the amount of water flow that comes out. So without any further ado, I'm going to work on that. Threaded the rope through the hole in the top of the cap. Just going to tie a little knot in there to add some bulk so it won't slip back through. Might as well make it a couple knots. There we go. So now just toss a few pebbles in the bottom of that, fill it up with water, tie the end to shore somewhere, just a stick, and put that in, save my minnows until I'm ready to use them. There you have it. That's the idea. Then you just unscrew the top, pour out what you need. Might get a little messy getting the minnows out, but such is the nature of these things. Messy is the name of the game out here. So I might as well check my minnow trap and see if I have anything. Nice collection of crayfish. I can't see if I have any minnows though. But you know what, there's nothing wrong with that. Crayfish make a nice snack, and these are bigger ones than the ones that I caught the other night. So either there were no minnows or they ate them all. I don't imagine a minnow would be too enticed to go into a trap when it's full of these guys. So I'll pull these out. This isn't really a very good spot for the minnow trap. I've been thinking I might go search out a creek and leave it there for a few hours where there are a lot more minnows. There's no really good spot around my site, so I might have to travel a little bit to find one. But Yeah, I count four nice sized crayfish at least, so I'll call that a success. And these won't go in the minnow bottle, but soon enough I'll catch some that will. We're practicing our vocabulary. Oh, very good. Very good. Just like you were saying to that other dog. There you go. Very vocal today. Oh. Okay, how about a grumble? Ooh. Ooh, that's a good grumble. Tell me a story. And then what happened? Let me take care of that for you. Oh! Oh, only 3. Oh! Come on. Give me your howl. My figure 4 deadfall trap has been set for a little while now and untouched the entire time. So I figured I'd take another look and see if I can make a new strategy for it. I put pieces of cedar over all of the potential entry and exit holes that I saw for this mouse. Lo and behold, they seem to be using that one because they've pushed the leaves aside. So I've created a funnel, encouraging them to go along the lines here. They like to follow edges. And underneath to my bait stick. I figured my bait stick had probably lost its scent, so I was thinking, what can I use that a mouse would smell and think, ooh, that's delicious. And I was thinking, wait until the blueberries are ripe. That's still a few days away, I think. I had one a couple days ago, but other than that, they're not quite there. But I realized I've been brushing my teeth this whole time, so I just put I spat some of my toothpaste on the end of the stick, and that should smell quite minty and delicious to a mouse. So it's rebaited, reset. We've got a little line here guiding it along, hopefully into the figure 4 trap, and we'll see if that gets anything. I've just arisen from nap time, and the mosquitoes are as bad as they've been during the day in a good while. So they were threatening the whole rhythm that I have here. I wasn't able to get some sleep for a good while, and if I can't get some sleep in the afternoons, then I need to completely rethink the whole sleeping pattern that I have here, because I can't make do with 2.5 hours a night, obviously. So I just had to get a little bit creative. In the end, the method that I found was tucked my pants into my socks, my shirt into my pants, put my work gloves on, put my jacket over top, and tighten the cuffs up so that they didn't let any get in. Tuck the work gloves into the jacket, and then I ended up putting my head in my cloth rope bag, using the ropes as a pillow and zipping the bag up around my neck below the point where the jacket zipped to. And essentially I didn't allow the mosquitoes a chance to get to my skin. There are a few that found me, there always are, they find the way. But it did a pretty good job, and I can only imagine what someone would have thought if they had walked up here and seen me like that. But now we're into the late afternoon, the wind's picking up a little bit, and we've got some clouds rolling in. It's about time I clean some fish and get ready for dinner. And you know what, since it was not the best nap, so I'm a little bit tired. I want to conserve my energy, so I'm going to make it a 2-for-1, travel to the mainland to walk Roy, clean the fish, then come back here and make some dinner. This is more or less what I had in mind for those woven cattail mats. I have mint and clover drying on the mat underneath, and then I have a mat on top weighted down by rocks. So the air is able to circulate all around it, and yet the plants or the mats will not blow away because the top mat is weighted down by rocks. So it's a method for drying it without having it blow everywhere if it gets windy on me. And it seems to be working pretty well so far. Hello there. Just sitting down to a nice dinner. All of my staple foods. Cattail shoots. Cattail rhizomes. And fish. Tonight I have a small pike, small perch, and a small bass. 3 small fish. Should add up to a decent meal. I also am trying a new tea today, and it is raspberry clover. And I'm excited for that because the two on their own are each pretty good, especially when they've been dried. And I imagine the two flavors together will be quite nice. So the clover raspberry tea has been steeping for 17 or 18 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. That's really good. I'm going to let that steep for a while longer because each of these teas is one that can be left to steep for quite a while. It intensifies the flavor, and unlike some teas, you don't get a bitter, unpleasant taste to it. And I believe my fish should be ready to go as well. Let's start with the little guy, little perch sampler. And it just peels right apart as it should. Very good. With a small fish like this, I just eat the skin. Not the bones though. Sometimes the bones too. Though that's not usually intentional. Well, I didn't get a great sleep last night, but I'm always happy to be up fishing with the sunrise. That is one thing I've really started to enjoy, is getting up with the sun, or even before the sun. It's an amazing, beautiful time of day, especially out here with so many misty sunrises. My one complaint is that I'm getting up on a very short sleep, so I'm having to nap later on. So if I could get to bed earlier, get a better sleep, and then get up for the dawn, that would be even better. But the mosquitoes just don't allow that out here. It was a tiring day, but I feel like I accomplished a good bit today. Get that mosquito off the screen. Yeah, I really hope I can just continue this rhythm ride it on out for the rest of the time that I'm here, because I'm really enjoying it, having a lot of fun with it, and just really appreciating the beauty in nature. So, cheers to life, my friends. It's a precious gift. Make the most of it every day. Make every day count. Foul weather approaches from the west. It may miss us to the north, but I'm not taking any chances. So I've just battened down the hatches and prepared for a storm. The one major change that I will have to make, most likely, if we do get a lot of wind, is to the shelter. It held up pretty well during the rain. It's just the wind that I'd be worried about, but we'll see. See what this gives us. There's definitely rain there, as you can see to the northwest. But it's just rolling in, so I'm gonna finish off my dinner quickly and get ready for the worst, just in case. We're just getting that rain now. It's coming in waves. A little medium to heavy right now, but I see some blue sky to the west, so I don't think it'll be lasting too long. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if we just got rain all night. Rain and a reasonable amount of wind. As long as it keeps the bugs down anyways. There we go, it's picking up now. I'm just all cozy here in my shelter at the end of a long day. Ready for sleep. It's been a good day. Another one, I've had a string of them, which is really nice. Always good waking up. Not rested, but understanding that you got what you anticipated. Knowing that you have food for the day, so you can accomplish a little bit more on the side. And that's just what I've been doing. I'm going to keep on doing that as long as I can. Well, that didn't last too long. It's actually looking pretty nice now. So I might get out for a paddle and perhaps a fish. What am I saying? If I'm going to get out in the canoe, of course I'm going to fish. Just going to do a quick fish here. Got more clouds on the horizon there. I don't know if they're going to be holding rain or not. Look like they might be. So I won't go far. But I've got an opportunity to secure myself a little more protein. And gotta take it. Got a nice bass here. Skinny one, but it's long. And it's a beautiful evening. God, I love it out here. If it weren't for the mosquitoes, I would want to spend every day here. Be interesting to see what winter's like. Pretty harsh, I'd imagine. Be nice to have a cabin here though, because the ability to go inside and start a fire, get warm, dry your things out, make yourself a meal, that would make all the difference. If I had a cabin here, a full year, spring through winter would be an interesting challenge. I would want to have someone else with me though. This has been getting better now, but it's been rough at times, just having Roy. No one to share the load, no one to share the stories. I believe Chris McCandless said, happiness is only real when shared. I don't 100% agree with that, but I definitely see what he was getting at. These moments will be just that much more special with someone else